Everybody. Thank you for joining us. Multiple
Hello,
aquariums.
everyone. How are you today or tonight, Jen?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Uh, Not too bad. Not too bad.
What's new in the fish world for you today?
I got a few more CPs. I'm hoping to get some from George as well, but I got a few more. Hoping to get some from George, and should be good. I would like a few more things, but I think it's going pretty well. Otherwise, for the most part, I'm really enjoying my tank. So
Well, I'm glad to
next is
hear
plants.
that.
What?
I said I'm glad to hear that.
So what's going
I,
on with your fish room?
well, I've decided that it's time to get some discus. I'll probably be getting them next week. I want to try and take back the other fish that will be problems or issues with having discus in the tank.
Hi, Ames.
Hi, Ames. Thank you for coming in. Hope you're having a good night.
Are you gonna? You're slacking a little bit, Jen.
I'm trying to get into it. Here it is.
Hopefully you do it too. There you go. Wait, not yet. Hey, Ian. Hello, GRB. Hope you are all doing well.
Hi, GRV. Atkins Nature Aquarium. Thanks for stopping in. If anybody wants to join us up on stream tonight, we'd be more than happy to come up.
Oh, Sean.
Chubb's wonderful. Hopefully that
Oh,
means
Sean.
he'll stop in for a little while. Hi, Dale. How you doing?
Hello, Adele.
Sleep? What's
Hope
sleep? I don't know what that is.
you're having a good night.
I think that's what happens when I'm not paying
Yeah, I
attention.
think that's a fun concept for us. Huh. Hey, Griffin. The
And
fun people.
definitely people. Now that you're here, definitely. Hi, Stephanie.
Hello, Stephanie.
Diego.
Everyone is doing well tonight. Hey, whose birthday is it? Hey, Shanna.
Anna.
All right, whose birthday is it? Am I missing something here?
I think I saw a post earlier that it was somebody's
Or are you
birthday.
just happy? Whose?
I don't know
Whose
who
birthday?
is, but I did something go out about a birthday.
Hey, Angus. All right, is somebody going to clue me in, or are they just going to keep on making me guess?
I don't think it's anybody's birthday. I think they're just sending little hearts.
No, but Adele put a person glowing like one of those, has the birthday hat on in the confetti one. Unless she's just saying it's party, which is entirely
I
possible.
think she's staying at a party tonight.
Okay. Oh,
I've
hey, this.
a beautiful
What is going on?
flower horn.
I did not hear you. You were breaking up.
I said such a beautiful flower horn.
Oh, well, if you knew him
Patty.
personally, you wouldn't think so.
Let's see it again. There, fish, because I'm like Larry that I don't really like the bulbous head, but that one is really pretty.
I'm glad that he doesn't have like a huge nuchal hump. I don't know. He can do whatever he does. He can grow his nuchal hump more if he chooses to or not to. But I think he's well proportioned right now.
I think so too.
I mean, I wouldn't be upset if he put a little bit more size on it. And he's probably maybe lost a little because he just moved tanks. But
Hey, Deborah.
it's whatever. I'm not picky. He's my buddy, so
S says that he
I kind of think
swears.
it makes him look like he's got like a cartoon afro, which is cool.
S says that every
Yeah.
time he sees the flower horn, it's growing. Every time you show the flower horn, he feels like
That's
it's growing.
That's because he ate 6-feeder fish in the last 2 days. He killed 5 of them in one night, ate them all. He doesn't stop eating. He's getting worse than the catfish.
He's
You have
fat
to
and
be
happy.
more careful with a than with other fish when you're trying to move them from tank to tank.
I didn't hear you.
I said, do you have to be more careful when you're moving a flower horn from tank to tank than you do fish because of new hump?
Alright, so I don't really know. And when it really truly came down to it, it was due onto him before he got a moment to do onto me when it came to moving him. So he went into a bucket really fast, which he was cool with, and he didn't even bite my hand when I put it in afterwards. And then he went into the tank really fast. But he bumps his head into the glass constantly and doesn't seem to notice. All it is fat, so.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out, Jen.
I didn't know. I know that was just. I thought that was something that they built up, kind of like a muscle.
I thought it was fat. Maybe it's muscle. I'm not 100% on that.
Patty says the fish looks creepy. And, wait, what was the comment? Oh,
Patty, the fish has feelings.
Oh, Jen, can you make him big?
Uh-oh. All right, so
Yes.
I'm not going to put my phone out of portrait mode, though, because bad things happen when that happens.
They say the fish looks creepy, and Patty says the dude needs a bra.
Who's the dude?
Gal. What? And S
There we
says
go.
he needs a cup.
And Abe's wants to know,
I know,
where
he
flower
really does.
horns live in the.
They aren't. They're man-made. They are.
Yep.
They're man-made. They're not. They don't survive in the wild. Or they're not.
Yes,
they're
they
not,
do.
found in the wild.
They live in
Sorry.
Florida, like everything else that can't survive elsewhere. I love Florida, though, by the way.
I misspoke. I meant they're not found.
Yeah, they're
naturally
man-made.
in the wild.
Yep.
Thank you. Yes, I misspoke. I'm sorry.
I knew you did. I just wanted to make a Florida joke. And it is
It's like
interesting
the,
that they are down there now.
You just like telling me I'm wrong, right, Angus? You and everybody
No,
else?
I only like blaming bad things on you when it happens.
Oh, okay, got it. All right.
Yeah, that's all I like. Gotta blame somebody.
I think you and everybody else.
Oh, forget everybody else.
Only one that matters is you.
No, now you're just making me
Oh.
feel bad.
Oh, I can't help it though. Hey, I'm being self-deprecating. The Florida man of fish. Adele. Yeah.
That's too big of a word for me to even try to comprehend tonight.
Well, it was interesting
Self-deprecating.
because usually I thought flower horns are usually a bully to other fish, but I saw one where this guy put a bunch of different um, fish, like cichlids and stuff, into a warm, like hot spring or something, and they
Yes,
were all living
yeah,
together, which I was surprised.
because the other fish can get away, and that video didn't show how many little fish got eaten.
Probably true.
You see
Kevin
what's in
laughed
his tank with him.
very doughboy and it's getting its tummy poked.
There's nothing else in there because he doesn't care. He goes after everything.
Patty says my laugh sounds like Betty Rubble.
I
So
know
let's hear your
it's
friends don't laugh.
the very doughboy getting poked in the belly.
Ames says looks like hunchback of Notre Dame. Of Notre Dame, although very cool fish.
I think he looks like
Oh, I love your catfish.
she's all right. She just ate a lot of food. She remembered she can eat Hikari carnivore pellets tonight.
Oh,
Well, in the
Adele,
last
stop
couple days.
encouraging. Oh. I take it they like the Hikari carnivore bites.
She normally
Quick, she
would
comes,
stop eating them after
grabs
she got big.
Is that what you usually feed most of your fish, or do you feed something else
So
more
she
often?
normally gets shrimp. Sometimes she gets
which are
tilapia.
you asking about?
If
The one
Kevin, if
on
I
the
eat
right of the
tilapia, she eats tilapia.
fish. The other one is what kind of goldfish?
Oh, that's a comet goldfish in there.
Patty says that goldfish is on meth.
Patty, I don't know if he is or not. If he is, he needs to stop hanging out with whoever he's been inviting over when I'm not here. But I don't know what his deal is lately. That's what he does. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
That
He's
big,
looking
big
for his
fish.
friends they took away.
Yeah, really. He's looking for the friends that are already in the pond. Well, go in the net and you can go visit them.
S says he's probably like there's a freaking red tail. OMG.
Nah, they're friends.
I'm a little bit confused, Ames. She says that big fish, red tail, say COC. I'm not. I don't know. I'm a
I
little
don't
bit.
know. Let's read
Oh,
it.
yeah, it is huge. It's like he's glass surfing. Maybe he's not thrilled being in with the top predator. Maybe. How long have they been in together?
Well, he might be missing
Month?
what made him feel more protected.
How long?
Like literally, I don't know. I've had this tank for 2 months, a month and a half. I don't know. It's hard to tell, dude. 2 months, month and a half. It's on my channel. That'd be the only way I could actually tell you.
Every day seems like a blur lately.
Not really. I just have a
Well,
different time perception and a
Oh, I'm just
different
saying for me.
schedule in life than a lot.
that was
So
actually about a preteen size. Adele.
Yeah,
What?
so red tail's getting 5 feet. Yeah, that'll happen. But the guy I got this from and my friend has a 17-year-old one that's only 3.5 feet that lives in a 1,000-gallon tank. Uh, it'll happen, but
Adele.
I'm not gonna live that long,
Hmm.
and she probably won't really live that long. Honestly, I mean, 17 years, 3.5 feet, and they're waiting for it to die. They figure it's at its end. And Patty, don't let that flower horn fool you either. Like that flower horn is smarter than a lot of people I know.
That ain't hard though.
No, it's really not.
Just saying.
I forgot I could do this with him.
Does that mean they're not as mean as they look?
Oh no, 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 no. He's horrible. He jumped out of a tank to bite me one day. Jumped clean out of the water to bite me.
Wow. Yeah, I think I'd want to keep a fish that was intent on biting me.
And
What
he thinks, he
size?
watches, he plans, thinks about things. Like you see it go through his head.
Premeditated?
Yeah. Like he'll sit there and watch you and he'd be
Yes.
nice when you reach your hand in there. And he thinks you can't get him too many times with the same trick. A laser light, he won't fuck, or excuse me, he will not mess with a laser light because he already knows he can't get it. So I need a salt tank and an octopus. Something I can teach how to play chess and I can beat it.
Don't be surprised if the octopus wins.
I won't. I don't even know how to play chess.
Patty says that you have a pretty big hand.
A pretty big hand. Thanks, Patty.
It's an easy target, I think, is what she meant.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, it's about the same size as him. I've learned, though, when he comes in, like, if you're working, your hand is normally like this. If he comes at me and I just pop my hand out and flare, he kind of leaves me alone for a second.
Yeah, I've found that my killifish like to try to bite me, and so do my carbenzas.
I wonder if my guppies would. The beta was coming up and
Patty
taking
says
food
the
out of my
flower
hands the
looks
other day.
almost human.
I used to have tigers
Oh wow!
that used to hit me all the time, but that tickled.
Had what?
It tickled when the tiger barbs would try to bite you.
Oh, yeah, tiger barbs. I thought you said tiger Oscars for a minute. I was like, that tickle?
Tiger
You're tougher than I am. Alright, guys, I have to mute my mic for just a second.
Ames says, cool. Octopus. How big does that have to be? I don't think you have one yet, though, do you?
No, he was saying he'd like to get an octopus.
That's what I thought. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't have one. I just say I'd like one, but I don't want a really intellectual animal that might be more intellectual than me. When the animal becomes bored with me,
Feel
then there's
threatened?
not a whole lot left I can
Feel
do.
threatened much, Angus?
No, not threatened. I just don't want. I hate to disappoint. My biggest fear in life, and I don't mind telling people this. My biggest fear, well, is drowning. Really, like I don't like that. I hate that I've done that. Not to the permanent effect. My biggest fear in life, like the biggest way to watch me avoid somebody, and I normally run a confrontation head on, is disappointment. If I disappointed somebody, it's the worst thing I can do. I hate it. I feel so shameful if I do. It's weird. So if I disappoint a fish, I really feel bad. Or an octopus that's smarter than me.
Well, octopus are just way too hard to keep, from what I've heard. I'm so afraid of it dying. Got out somewhere and get back to water.
Yeah, octopi are very smart.
I love the idea of the challenge of providing them new puzzles to solve after they figured something else out. And not letting them ever have enough time to figure out the ultimate puzzle of escape. You know?
Is somebody else trying to come up, Jen? I don't know.
Not that
I
I'm
keep on hearing okay, I keep on hearing like a pop, like somebody's trying to come up, but I don't know. That could just be me imagining things, which is entirely possible.
You could be hearing water from me. I hear water
Yeah,
from
that's
somebody
entirely
else, but I've got
probably
my flower horn tank has a 4-inch drop before the water hits it from the filter, so
And Patty's just gonna blame me anyways. Doesn't matter.
Patty's been mean to everybody today.
Has she?
Yeah.
Oh,
Luckily,
by the way, everybody,
this is the
I
first
know
dose I've
it's
seen of her. So.
I know it's an hour late, but for all the service members that might be out there, thank you so much for your service.
Yes, thank you guys. Hey, it's not
Yep.
too late here.
Thank you guys. Yeah, it's not too late where Kevin's at.
Patty says, I know all the brides love them some bottom.
Patty, I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about this guy like just being like a piece of steak at a barbecue. No. These bras don't know anything about bottom. I keep it to myself.
Who came up?
Morning, Kevin. Or say, good night,
Oh,
Kevin.
cool.
Good morning.
Okay, bye, Dennis. Dennis is here. Bye.
Oh.
Just my royal gonads.
Hey, Dr. Black. Hope you're well, Blackie.
This guy right here is my inspiration. Like, I want to one day have a beard like Dennis.
Good practice.
Yeah, I just never get to see it.
That was a
Yeah, the only... Wait, did Dennis just leave? Bummer. The only issue there, though, Ames, is you won't remember...
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
There we go.
Dennis says he...
Yeah.
S says Dennis is legend. And Ames says, I have a great fear of Alzheimer's. Yeah, the only thing about that would be I wouldn't be able to remember anything, so I wouldn't really have to worry about that.
It's really a pre-fear.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel you on that. That's horrible on everybody else and on yourself. It's got to be, because you're always got to be confused. It's no fun.
Yeah.
Dr. Beck, so here tonight, buddy?
There's a doctor in the house. Why didn't you say so? Ugh.
That says 2 legends on the screen. Wow.
Dennis, one
Yes,
day,
he is the
I
man.
hope I am honored enough to have a beard like yours.
Well, it's your practice.
Yeah, this is a nice beard.
Yeah, I know. Now I wish I had it up here.
See, I don't mind not having it up there, and unfortunately, based on all my grandfathers, I'm going to probably have it there forever.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah, I don't
So
think
you
I
can't
have to
go
worry
here where you
about
got
that one.
It's thick Indian hair, so yeah, it's trouble growing on the face. There's a couple of patches in it, and but the head grows thick and it's nasty. I hate it.
Yeah. That's what my ex-wife was, Alaska Indian. Yeah, my son, yeah, he's got those patches. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have that problem. I was shaving something at 13.
Man, I got a razor when I was 13.
Shannon
I looked at my
says-
grandpa. I go, "What am I gonna do with this?" I didn't use it till like 20 years later.
Yeah, really.
Shanna says, there's that handsome face.
Where? Oh, Kevin?
Huh.
Oh, what do you do, Jan? Glad you
James says 503. Who is that?
Who's that? Oh, that's that little woman.
I didn't know Dr. Black was up here.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
See, I didn't know Dr. Black was on the screen showing his handsome face off.
Oh, no, this ain't me. I know Doctor. I'm the
Oh, we
lawyer.
haven't been back for not time.
Wait.
Hi.
Hey, you're a
Please,
lawyer?
yeah.
Sweet, I got some business for you.
No, not lawyer. Lord. You know,
Oh,
last
oh.
name, Lord. See, a lawyer.
That works too. That works too. I might still have some business for you. Are you looking for any workers to work the orchard?
That's wait, what? Oh
No,
yeah,
That needs a job.
Old working orchard.
that's Dennis Ames.
Well, I figured if you were the Lord, so it was your orchard, and you were hiring someone to work in it.
Oh, okay. Were you already from
Yeah, I don't have any orchards.
Oh,
I was joking. It was just I could use a job, so why not? You know, it was like a application.
oh,
Not really.
no job here.
Oh well.
You can clean my fish tank.
Sweet.
Yeah, do you mind
On it.
taking the comment off the screen, please,
Yeah, this is-
Jen?
This is Diane.
I know that makes it confusing, doesn't it?
Talk.
Do you mind taking the highlighted
I
comment
get
off the screen?
Remove
Tell
the-
me how, and I will.
Press somebody else's comment and then take off their comment, and you're good.
Patty, I know it was. It was horrible.
On StreamYard, press somebody else's comment. Yep, there you go. And then press it.
Yeah,
There you go. Yay, thank you. Griffin's is Santa Claus.
No, I'm the bad one.
Patty says it was a bad joke.
If they be a kid, no.
It was. I tried.
Yeah, I'll give you A for effort.
I don't even feel like I deserve an A for effort.
Okay, F.
Okay,
I
Dennis,
take
can
the
I
failure
ask what
willingly.
Dr. Black.
So what's
Dennis, can I ask what R stands for?
Reggie? Reginald.
Robert.
I'm a junior, but it's JR. Yeah, there's another one for me. Senior.
Patty says, I mean, what a terrible way to network.
Network what?
Yeah, Patty, who was networking?
Yeah. Need a light on. Push the
How many tanks do you have, Dennis?
In my bedroom, we got
Nice.
there you go. Now it's down.
Oh, hey, Larry.
Hey, Kevin. Hey, Dennis. Hey,
What up, Larry?
Hi, Jen.
Wait, are you off? You're off already?
Just walked in. Well,
Yeah.
5 minutes ago.
Okay, it's 1:30. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Griffin says hello, fishnets.
Yes, Griffin.
Is it? There we go. Is it right?
Hi,
Get upset with
Patty.
Griffin, not me.
Hey, Griff. Hey, Baldy.
Okay, Baldy. How you doing?
Yes, we did.
Hey, Sean. Hey,
So
Stephanie.
Monday Pathfinder game and had a little bit of a potluck together for the holiday.
So what are we
Griffin's
talking about?
gonna try.
My
Jen, you
gorgeous,
break it up.
my gorgeous beard.
Still, I might need to go back, go out and come back in.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Chubbs.
She break it.
Hello, Chubbs. My hair is growing
Hey,
back.
Chubbs.
Forever.
Well, that's good, Griffin.
Yeah, mine doesn't grow back as fast, unfortunately.
No, when you know.
Mm. See, mine was like
Crazy guy.
that, Dennis, and I just said screw that and just got rid of the rest on top.
I'll tell you.
Keeping
Will you use the sides? I can not sure how you do it.
yeah, the sides.
No, I don't like shaving. No, have a nice day.
Yep.
No, that's too much maintenance. You know, you got to shave your face and your head.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I finally went to fish store today in like
Oh, what'd you get me? What'd you get me?
Is it in the mail yet?
I got a few CPDs and some plants.
How many's a few?
Ames, you've been hungover for 10 days?
Well, I already had like 3 or 4, so or I had like 8 or 10 small ones, and I wanted a few more. And I'm waiting for George, but I still need to get a hold of him. So
How the hell you got a 420 hangover? Just keep smoking.
Who's been hungover for 10 days?
That's
Ames.
I was gonna say, oh, Ames, did you run out?
Oh,
You run out.
man, that's horrible when you run out.
Yeah.
Or, excuse me. What am I talking about?
Yeah, holiday.
What are we talking about? Nothing.
wait, what
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
is S?
420.
Is Griffin and S having a conversation from before?
Probably.
Because I'm wrong.
So what did you get me
How
at the
about them
store,
Yankees?
Kev?
You got you some plans.
Some plants?
I said I got some
Griffin's
celestial
looking at the
progenios and some
cover.
plants.
Some
And I
Daniels?
said, I heard Griffin, I know
You
you
said-
take some
Oh, 6 hours straight. I know you gotta hear. You know, I stretch when I didn't know.
Chubbs.
Morning, Joe. Oh, big party. Yeah. That's really quick.
Yes, we're having a big party tonight.
Woohoo!
Anybody else want to come up on stream?
Oh, I thought we were talking about.
How many
chat.
people we got right now, Jen?
Better.
Let's see. YouTube says 11 people are watching. I don't know if that includes the 5 of us up here.
Yeah, we're watching. Yeah.
I have it open, so I'm probably included.
S is running out of CPDs.
Yeah, 11 watching. 11,000.
What's a CPD?
Celestial
Celestial
Probe
Probe.
or Galaxy Rasbora.
That's something you smoke.
Okay.
Not a Galaxy Raspberry.
What?
I said not a Galaxy Raspberry. Don't make me get on the Endler Guppy thing. It's the
They're
same
the
thing.
same.
But
Aren't they
they're
the
not a
same?
Raspberry. They are and they're not. It's just like a
No,
guppy and an
but-
Endler. It's the same argument. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna. I was joking, but it's the same argument as the guppy and Endler deal.
Yeah.
I
It
don't know
was misnamed
why I was
Raspberry,
calling
and
them
it's
Celestial.
been
I don't-
found.
I don't know
Daniel.
why when I think they got them when they did the scientific names, they got them mixed up, and so they're both. I agree with you, and for some reason they were calling them a Galaxy Resbor today when I was asking about a CPD.
Yep.
I don't know why.
That's how I found them at my LFS too, and I told my buddy that owns it. I was like, dude, you know those labeled wrong? And he looked and he goes, yeah, I just forgot to take the sticker down.
Hmm.
I think it's just because it's easier to find them as Galaxy Raspberries. Like that's what people tend to post them as, and that's what people tend to look for.
I always look for Celestial Pro Daniel. I didn't know for
Yep, I do
a
too.
while that they were the same. CPDs and Galaxy Rasbors were the same.
Dennis, wants to know how red-tailed cat
I mean,
tail.
that's to the best of my knowledge. I mean, maybe somebody in chat knows that I'm wrong, but that's to the best of my knowledge.
Hi, Jess.
Hey,
I
Hey,
know
Jess.
there's a dwarf
Hey,
emerald
Castiel.
Raspberry that's a hybrid.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Canisteo. Really, nobody else wants to come up.
No, we don't see our face. Oh, okay.
I was worried about coming up. I just did my hair, and I didn't want anybody to comment on it. And of course,
It looks nice. It looks
Griffin had
nice.
to.
It's shiny.
I just did mine too. You know, the root plus I don't hear you.
No, I haven't buffed today, so
No, you still in the sweat stage?
No, you don't need to buff. You need to powder it down so the shine doesn't reflect so much.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, that's enough for me.
Trim up the nose bit.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Here, do something better.
Bummer, Griffin.
But
Yes, I
we're
agree
glad
with you. I kind of think that's a
even if you are
decent
watching.
deal.
And I'm sorry, Griffin. I wish your headphones were working.
Lord.
What's everybody excellent?
Your little guy's laugh is
Oh.
so
Wait, did she go up, Patty?
Yeah, bottom door.
Patty. Patty says that's giving you're wrong, Angus.
Patty, why are you always mean to me?
That's Patty. You meet everybody.
Didn't we just establish she's mean to everybody?
Yeah.
She doesn't discriminate.
Yeah,
No, she
yeah,
spreads it
you're
out.
right. Never mind.
Yeah, she spreads her hatred.
I feel like
all
them's just
over
fighting
everybody.
words. You being from New York and all.
Oh.
Oh,
hey,
because
hey, you got something wrong about something against people being from New York? Yo,
No.
Oh God, I'm from New York
I don't
too,
know
but
what
bro,
you
get
said.
back on the Jersey side of the bridge.
oh man,
I'm from Buffalo, New York.
Oh, damn. No. Turn that.
I grew up just north of you, just over by the Tappan Zee, between the Tappan Zee and the Bear Mountain bridges, Westchester
I'm by
County.
And you know, we only hurt the ones we love.
Oh, you-
Is that why you beat on me?
Yeah, you
Violent.
Why you beat on me when we're driving?
Ooh, boy, right?
Yeah, and because you're beating on me too.
Well, that's because I saw that punch bug. And
Yeah,
you
Very
keep
good.
seeing the motorcycles before me.
No, no.
Yeah, Patty's not mean to anyone. She's so sweet and innocent. Okay, she's sweet.
Yep.
Okay, she's
until
not
you
mean to
say
anyone.
something and you hear nothing, and then you see her outside your window a week later.
Yeah. With a knife in her hand.
Well, my bedroom's
Patty's
up on the
dangerous.
second floor, so she's out on the outside the window. She's probably a vampire.
Do
Yeah,
not
right.
underestimate Patty.
Wait, have
Yeah.
we totally ruled that one out, though, Larry?
I don't think I haven't ruled it out.
Just saying.
What are we rolling
Deborah,
out?
Petey-
can't we all just get along? Patty can scale walls. Yeah.
Patty might not be able to scale walls, but I bet you if she looks at a house long enough, she can figure out where they might have a ladder. She's from New York, man.
Yeah.
We're a special type up here. We figure things out.
we build our own list.
But don't get nothing done.
Well, some parts of us don't get anything done. We get a lot done around here.
Don't
Right
tell
now,
what's
it's
happening.
anyway. Well, I mean, it does. I'm way up by Canada. Like, I'm not in the city, so I can't speak for the city.
Oh no, I'm not. Oh, no. Yeah, that's true. Never can think fast enough.
Yep. And it is as sharp as a knife, and it will make you bleed.
No, you're making my ear. An echo. Oh, bless you.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder, Deborah.
Yeah. Be the devil.
I'm going to open the front door. I'm going to lock the front door. Are you crazy?
Yeah, they'll shoot.
Especially I see a ninja coming at me.
Dude, honestly, if Patty pulled into my driveway, as long as she stayed off the grass, things would be cool. It goes for anybody. Pull on the grass, though. Pull on my damn grass.
Yeah, but I don't have a gun, so I won't get arrested. Or at least I won't have a gun in the
You
car.
probably, or if anybody else in that situation had just been cordial, it would have been a lot different. They wouldn't have gone to jail. They wouldn't have had the cops called on them. Like that's the last thing I ever want to do to anybody. But still, though, to find out afterwards, I was like, oh God, Jesus,
Oh,
if
shit.
I was you, I would have shot me.
Yeah.
But
That's perfect.
I would have guessed I would have
Wait.
attempted to. I don't think she
So
would have, but
Angus, what happened?
it's on my stream. You can look, or it's on my channel. You can look at it. It's just somebody pulled in my driveway, and then they had a gun in their truck. Or in my yard? Wasn't too big of a deal, but
No, I was on the stream when you were talking about it. I think it was on my stream.
so yeah,
We were talking
they
about
pulled
it,
into
but
my
I didn't-
yard,
I-
and then when they
I don't
searched the
remember that.
vehicle, they found guns.
They pulled onto his yard. They were assholes.
I didn't
to
know till the
him,
next day. Nobody told
and
me.
so he called the cops.
Oh,
More or less, they were just douchebags.
They deserved it.
that was the part I missed.
Sadly,
Why the
Yep.
cops were called?
Screwed her whole life up, but hey, you know, got no sympathy for stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably came from the city.
They were from Florida.
Oh,
They were military. So
Yes, Sean,
yeah, that's the worst thing. That's what 911 told them too. Is like, yo, of all the people, you pulled onto like the biggest asshole in this whole county's yard. You would have had to shoot him if he was drunk. If he had been drinking, you would have had to shoot him. Is probably what came out of that cop's mouth. But
oh, you're well known, huh?
Well, I'm glad nobody got shot.
no, I'm not well known. I'm well mistaken, but I'm just a douche. I don't care. I'm respectful to everybody to a point. When they're not respectful to me anymore, it's just be quiet until this is done, or leave me alone, or this is the outcome, and well, that's
Have a
just,
nice day.
I don't have time for it. I try to avoid dumb things. When I can't, I come at it with head on.
Or so.
Well, no. So
So-
what I was confused about was I thought you had said that you had made them leave, or they left, and then you had to go and make sure that they weren't going to
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah, that was the other thing. I had gone, kicked them off the property once, and then they came back. I stepped outdoors. It was like I told you guys, like, "All right, I'm gonna leave. I'm just gonna go back and check and
Right, I remember that.
check my fence where they were by." And while I was out checking the fence, I seen lights out by my fence again in the same spot. So I ran out on it. It was perfectly fine who it was, and they came back and pulled through the yard, like while I was outside.
Well,
Patty,
drunk
there's
idiots
not
gonna
supposed to
be
be any
drunk idiots.
911 where I'm at, but
As I say, I'm glad nobody got shot. You or them.
yeah, I'm really glad they didn't pull
Well-
a gun on me. That would have been really, really bad.
I don't like to lock my doors, and I did have somebody walk in my house late at night one night, and he was drunk off his ass. He was at the wrong house, but after that, he used to hang a hammer right next to the door. Anybody came in my house after that, they were gonna get hit.
Well, I had that a couple of years ago. There was I'm in a college neighborhood. There was a college party a couple of doors down. Somebody left the party drunk, forgot something, went back to the party house, and missed it by two houses. Walked into my house, fell asleep on the dining room floor. Nobody noticed him. Nobody, because it was late at night. Everybody was asleep. I get up the next morning. I go to my office area downstairs, and all of a sudden, this college kid walks up to me, scratching his head, looking around, going, like, "This isn't John's house." And I'm looking at him, going, "No, it's not. Who the hell are you?" And he explained it to me, and I'm like, "Oh shit." He had
Yeah,
just
2 doors
fallen
down.
asleep. He thought he was in the same house.
Yeah,
They're
I know,
probably
right,
not the
Patty?
same.
Well, someone that's done that.
Now I have walked
All right, I'll be
downstairs
right
to
back.
look at a neighbor in my house, but he explained why he was there, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And it turns out, and I sent him away. He was looking for one. He says he was looking for one of my housemates, and I'm like, "Well, you don't just walk in. That's rude. Get the hell out." 10 minutes later, I realized that he had robbed my place, and that was
yeah.
I had caught him on a second trip in.
Oh, shit.
Called the cops. He ended up getting arrested. Turns out that he had
And?
a record for it.
Tell him right next door.
Wait,
But
so this is the same incident?
No,
different from the college kid.
Oh,
The college kid was just a random. Sorry, I was drunk. I fell asleep, thinking it was the house a couple doors down. No, this
and
was
then
actually. And then, like 3 months later, the guy across the street, who was staying across the street, came into my house one morning when he thought everybody was at work. Um, and somebody had left and left the front door unlocked, and I was upstairs asleep. And I came down natural. Just when I woke up, I got myself an apple juice. I sat down on my computer, and the kid from across the way comes into the house, and I'm going, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm looking for my housemate." Now I know that he's borrowed cigarettes. He's gotten packs of cigarettes from my housemate. So he's like, "Oh yeah, I was just coming to get a pack of cigarettes from him." And I'm like, "Well, they're at work, and well, you can't be coming in without like knocking or shit. That's rude." And I sent him packing. He's like, "Oh, okay, sorry," and he left. And actually, it was about a half hour later. I got up to get something from the kitchen, and I noticed that my housemate's PlayStation was gone, and that two laptop bags, one mine, one my housemate's, were gone. It turns out he had come in through the front door, uh, grabbed a couple of things, left, waited a few minutes, and then came back in. Unfortunately, those few minutes is when I woke up.
So you get everything back?
No, cops are like, "Well, we can't prove that. All we could prove is that he was trespassing because you caught him in the house, but we can't prove that he's the one who took the stuff." I'm like, "What, are you freaking kidding me?" He's like, the cop was like, "Yeah, we know it's a given that he did it, but we can't prove it. You
Wait.
didn't see him with anything in his hands. All we
But
could have
he-
him on is
Did you get your stuff
trespassing."
back?
wait, but did they find it in his place?
They didn't look. They went, they knocked on his door, and he had already left. There was nobody home. And they're not gonna
No,
knock,
he
they're not gonna
directly get rid of it, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I saw
Yeah,
your.
he probably threw everything in the car and left while I was waiting for the cops to show.
Yeah.
Yes, they have Valley Sixes saying hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Yes,
Hey,
I am.
Steele.
All I know is where I'm at, nothing exciting happens. So if you do something, they spend a lot of time to try to figure it out.
Yeah, it's like the third time that I've been in houses that have gotten robbed.
Yeah, luckily not here, but always a first. When I lived in a second-story apartment, I heard my
Never
door
mind.
knob.
Or at least mine.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
Yeah, I've had people knock on the
Oh.
door looking for somebody, and nope, you get the wrong house.
Yeah.
I don't get how people get drunk enough that I can get pretty drunk. How do you get drunk enough that you go home and it's not where you live?
Yeah.
Show me this. Let's drink.
No thanks. Yeah, Jen
Well,
and I
I
just
don't get that.
we were just
I like to drink to the point where I'm not in control of myself. So I could never get that drunk and I was at home.
I was only once drunk so bad that I didn't remember what had happened the next day. Unfortunately, I know I was hanging out and doing things with a lady friend of mine, and when I asked what happened, how far did we go, she just smiled and wouldn't tell me. and it was not a lady I would have done anything with. It turns out several years later, I got drunk again, and everything from that first night came to me crystal clear, and I was like, "Oh, thank God!"
What?
But that was weird that it just came to me suddenly
when you were drunk, yeah.
when I got drunk again.
It was
I don't get.
The
Well-
story, the story.
Yeah,
What's in
Sean,
that
definitely
pot,
disco night.
Angus?
Huh?
This was a disco night, Larry.
What's in the pot?
Nothing.
Or the planter?
It's just there. I forgot that. I actually forgot that the camera was still on. Yeah. It's just a screen of nothing. There's nothing in the pot. It was just a height at one point.
Okay.
Flower horn's hiding. He was there and I wasn't paying attention. He's gone. Here, I'll bring him back.
Patty, that's why you shouldn't go out alone, and you should go with somebody that you know will keep you from doing that.
That's why you have self-control, is my thoughts. And don't get me wrong, like, I used to drink heavily. I still drink a little bit, but not very much no more. Every now and then. Once a week, I guess, honestly, is the truth on that.
Oh, I had one drink tonight, but
I had a sip of her drink.
I haven't been drinking alcohol in, 15 years.
Oh, damn.
At 8 o'clock, I had beer number 1. I'm on beer number 5. It's 2 o'clock now. That's about how I pace it now. This is the last one, too.
DD, the designated driver. I do that now.
See, I can't do that. Never could.
I
Even with my
never did.
license, I couldn't do that. License and cab
You
endorsement.
drunk on that beer there, Ames.
Because I don't have a problem hanging out with people who are drinking. I just
Yeah.
don't want to drink it.
Wine
My buddy told
tasting?
me that the other night, actually. He
I
was,
could get very
he was
tipsy
like,
at a
"Like, you
wine,
don't drink anymore."
wine tasting. Yep, we lost Dennis.
Oh,
He's still in the
He
in the
can see his
background there.
reflection. Okay, can see his reflection there, so he'll stare there all day long. Come here. Come here.
I know, right?
Well,
Tennessee
maybe
Valley.
not.
Okay, Jen, if we're doing barbecue tomorrow, should I bring a bottle of wine?
no.
No, because I got a cold bottle of Matinee sitting in the fridge.
I know.
Okay.
But no, Donna's drinking. I don't need to drink it for this month.
Patty.
Gotcha.
That
Road
took a lot of
trip.
work for me to be able to do that.
Road trip.
Now we all need to meet at Patty's house and go look in her window.
Oh, yeah. My friends down there will put us up.
Don't worry, we'll bring a big fish family sign so you know not to swing.
And my brother in Brooklyn will put us up. Everybody meet in Brooklyn. We'll take the train over to into Queens, and we'll go visit Patty.
She instantly knew he was far, or she was far, whoever Canastota Valley Cichlids happens to be.
Oh, hey, that would
Because
be
she's already got
awesome.
it in Google Maps.
Yeah, let's go.
That would be so awesome to meet up.
Oh, I rented a house, and it's like,
When are
okay,
you moving, Patty? I know you've been mentioning it, but when are you actually moving? Do you have a date? I think Roxanne was leaving today, but I could be wrong.
she's got plenty of time. She has until June 1st.
That's today, right now.
Yeah, I know. I was kidding.
Like how long I had to think about it,
No,
though.
that's in like an hour.
I rented a house once, and my friends and I rented a house, and we were like, okay, we'll move in next week. And the people moving out decided to have a big party, and we came by about 3 days later. We saw construction workers going in and out of the house, and we're like, what the hell's going on? And they showed us that the previous tenants had gotten some concert-sized
Yes.
speakers, giant speakers, and had literally shaken off the walls.
That's some pretty. Well, depends on how old the place was. Was this in Buffalo?
Yeah,
Yeah.
college area, so it's...
Old plaster and lath walls.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I hate lat. I hate those lat walls behind that plaster. It's like, ugh.
I
like
demoed a place as a
Trying to
kid.
hang anything is a bitch.
I demoed a place as a kid, and now as a guy that can hang drywall and finish it, but chooses not to, like, passes up on money because I don't like to do it. I don't know why we demoed all the lath out too. We should have just pounded the plaster out and went right over it with thin, like, quarter-inch drywall. Didn't matter. House burnt down 2 years later, but whatever. I just don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, Patty's gonna be buying us all dinner. Drinks on the house.
Don't worry, Patty. When I hit New York City, I'm an easy dinner. I just hit 2 bros. It's like 2 blocks up.
You turned me for that dinner.
I need a couple of slices cheese pizza, or mushroom pizza. That's good.
You'll be able
I
to
didn't
get
really think of that.
Some real New York
and
pizza.
So if you get off the train, go to 2 Bros. It's the cheapest and best, most authentic New York pizza I think you can find is like not living in the city.
2 Bros, is that
I don't know.
Midtown Manhattan?
Yeah,
Good for you, Patty.
it's just where I hit because that's where I come out when I go to New York. It's right there. I guess I can't even really say that because I haven't been in a few years. I haven't been through there in like 8 years. But
Last time I went down there, had
What is that?
Hard Rock Cafe. Just before a Broadway show. Les Mis. Front row, center. I literally could reach out and touch the performers. I was that close.
nice.
Amazing.
Coolest thing I got to do was watch a Knicks game for free. I was just walking past on my way home because I stayed in Lower Manhattan for about a month, and security guard goes trying to watch the game. It's like, broke, ain't selling me a ticket. Just come on in, I'll take you to a seat. Sweet
My
food.
father used to take me to Madison Square Garden for wrestling, for some WWE wrestling, back when it was WWF. And
Yeah.
we had a friend who knew the head usher, and he said, go to this section, ask for John the usher, slip him a 20 and say Willie sent you. And we'd get the cheapest nosebleed seats, so we had physical tickets in our hand. But John the usher would just do a quick, okay, $20, yeah, good enough. And he'd say, okay, these guys haven't shown up for their seats, and he would point to 2 empty seats. I was like 12 at the time, so I was watching like Jimmy Snuka jumping off the top of the cage, and all the greats from back
Nice.
there, and amazing. We used to go about every other month for several years. So we'd get
There's one thing.
well, sometimes floor seats around the ring, like 10 rows from the ring. Usually like 2 or 3 rows as you start going up, so you're just over the heads. You're just seeing over the heads of everybody on the floor. Wonderful.
My dad had season tickets at Chase Stadium.
Oh, go Mets!
See, as growing up, the fanciest thing I got to do was camp all summer long and go to the racetrack that I post some videos of every now and then. But
That's cool.
camping all summer long was fun.
Hey, Travis.
Travis, how's it going?
I shouldn't really say it like that either. I've got to climb some really cool mountains too.
To John the usher. To Willie. Oh, if you worked at Chase, yeah, that was great, Patty. I have a friend who who worked for a big bank, and
Travis!
they got free tickets to Sabres games. So every once in a while,
Have
she
you
would
been
get a couple of
working
tickets.
on us?
Hey,
My
Shanna.
cousin gets free tickets to Poconos, I want to say, every year from his old job.
Last time I went to a sports event in Queens was going to the U.S. Open semi-champs. Yeah, it was the semis. John McEnroe versus wasn't Jimmy Connors. Cash, something Cash, and Boris Becker. I think it was Becker versus Connors, and McEnroe versus Cash, I think. But those were amazing days.
I get to go to Watkins Glen this year. I've drove through it like 7 times in the last 4 years, and I actually get to go to it this year. I got the text the other day. Yeah,
Cool.
From now to now, we're going to Watkins Glen. Sweet, about time. We've been talking about it for 3 years now. I keep driving through it. Drive through it every single time late on the way back to have to get to work the next day or later that day.
I want some S. I want some S.
Travis,
Oreos.
you
Ooh,
can come up on
Oreos.
screen if you'd like.
Yeah, come on up, Travis. Keep us company.
I'm
do
surprised
with
Shanna had
Oreos.
to come up.
Yeah,
What are
Shanna.
you gonna bite? This is just trying to bite me.
Where'd Dennis
Do
go?
they get sharp teeth?
Oh, he left.
Yeah,
I don't know if his phone died or.
He will draw blood. He is not afraid to make you bleed.
Yeah, vampire flowerfish.
Vampire. It's weird too because I actually just got a good look at his teeth tonight, and it's what they look like. It's 2 little vampire teeth.
Oh, I love putting my hand in the the salt water when I was helping Jen move some rocks and then feeding the tank, and the little puffer would come up and start pecking at my hand. No teeth, but just it's so cool.
He doesn't do that. He doesn't know nibble for fun versus just bite you and hurt you.
Yeah, they just assume, oh, food. Grab it.
It's weird. I don't like it when he does this, but I know it's because he sees his reflection over here. Because
Really,
damn,
Sean?
now he's at my hand.
Oh,
So I hate that. I have to fix that.
how do you get rid of a reflection? I mean, you put in
Paint it, maybe? I don't really know. Because if I paint it, it'll still reflect some.
yeah, from the inside.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting subject to learn more about, Aztec mythology.
I mean, the back of it's covered with poster board, and I don't feel like it reflects his reflection that much. But somehow I feel like if I cover the sides too, he's still gonna see himself.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just let it LG over. It's what I did when he was in the 20 long. I mean, I hate to really say that, but no, I can't do that.
No.
This tank's already dirty in my eyes. Look at all these snail eggs. All
Yeah,
that there on the black. And then right there. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Hate those little suckers.
I thought it was fun at first until they stopped. It takes forever for them to come out of there.
Wait,
But all
Shanna,
time
what
to
are
do
you
that.
reading? What are you reading about?
Aztec
History.
mythology,
Yes, and then she says,
as it
Oh.
as it
pertains to
pertains to
axolotls.
axolotls. How?
Yeah, it's in a lot of Aztec art. Did I freeze?
No.
Okay, no. I thought I froze.
Well, it
Yeah, I
depends.
know,
How cold is
right?
it out?
I got the heater running.
just watch out when Kenny E is around.
Kenny E.
Yes, from Daniken.
I know.
He's
Why?
dangerous around rabbit holes.
Ah,
Rabbits. We don't have rabbits here. For some
Yeah,
weird
that's what I'm
reason.
thinking.
I mean, look at that fish.
Oh wow, they're part of the death mythology.
Okay, Shanna, now I'm interested. You need to do a whole YouTube stream or video on it.
There are a lot of Aztec artwork.
Which one,
Yeah, I
Patty?
kind of have to agree with you on
Oh,
that one,
or
Patty.
the fish on screen?
If you come over here, I'll turn your light off. Look at that. He listens.
Maybe he just wants a dark water tank.
You know, I've thought a lot about that. I kind of wouldn't mind him in a dark water tank.
oh man! Now I can see your reflection. Ugh.
Oh,
Good
I
lord.
can't have that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, and what do we have in that tank?
Catfish.
Oh, is that the big catfish?
Yeah.
Cool.
Everything else is lights out. They were lights out, but they could take a little bit of light for a minute. Oh, for a while, really, honestly. We've only had 4 hours of light, other than what sunlight comes in here.
Geez, Shanna, I don't want to get a axolotl now. You get me worried it's going to try and kill me. Or turn me into something. Turn me
Really
into a
cool.
newt.
When you guys said that, it clicked in my head like all these images that I've just had somewhere in my brain. I'm like, yo, that makes total sense. I've read this somewhere. I've seen this in art.
Yeah, I never thought of it, but just the name axolotl sounds Aztec Mayan. And they're from mountainous lakes, so.
Well,
Go figure.
apparently she's had her food for the night. I just tapped the water to call her, and she didn't move. That's good. I honestly, I'm going to back this up a little bit. That's. I feel like that's all the light that 75-gallon tank needs.
Probably.
Yep. Like, I mean, it's only got a catfish, a pleco, and a goldfish in it. And it lights it the way I like that light. I think I put it at the other end and make this end my dark end because the other end's in a corner. And I think that's all the light that tank needs.
Right, Canniceo, that's because nobody wants to go to Queens. If they're smart.
Hey, I went to Far Rockaway, Queens, my first time in New York City at 2 o'clock in the morning because I had nothing better to do but put it all on the line real quick. I went to get off the train, and that lady goes, "Yo, you cannot get off here, sweetheart." I go, "Yes, I can. Watch." And I did pretty good.
Well, good.
I did pretty good.
You survived it.
I survived it. Not a scratch. It was pretty boring. I took the next train back. There was really nothing happening.
No.
Knew nothing about where I was going. Just got on the train because I had nothing better to do for 4 hours.
I was staying with some friends in Queens for New Year's Eve in the end of '93, beginning '94. My friends and I, we stayed for a couple of days with the friends. Then we took the train into Midtown.
Thank you for hanging out. Hit the like button on the way out if you haven't.
Night, Dee Dee. We
Good
did
night.
the whole Times Square, the ball dropping for New Year's Eve, and afterwards we all went back to the train station, to the subway station, and we're waiting for the train to take us back, and we could see it on the map. And there's about 40 or 50 people waiting on the platform, and we're waiting, and we're waiting, and some woman goes, "Oh, guys, that train stopped." It's scheduled at 11 p.m. There is no more train into Queens. And we're like, uh-oh. And a whole batch of other people were like, uh-oh. And the woman said, follow me. Transfer where I transfer. And we waited for another train, which was going in another direction. We got on with this lady, and she's like a school teacher. Okay, everybody going into Queens, get off here and wait for the next one, for this. Wait for the R, wait for the F. I don't remember which train it was. But we waited, and we transferred, and then she's like, okay, we're getting off at this next station, and then you're going to take this train into where you wanted to go. It's on the same line as the one that isn't running. So she got us
Hi,
to where
Griffin.
we needed to go. Hey,
What up,
Baldy, how's
Griff?
it going?
Yo, Griff looks cool bald with just a mustache.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
I mean, he kind of looks like a New York State
back
trooper, but he
in New
looks
York
cool.
or Akron, Ohio.
Yeah, Pat, I just don't remember which ones they were at the time. It was like, really? It's New Year's Eve. You'd think they'd have other, they'd extend the station, the schedule for just an extra hour.
I got off the train one time in Trenton, New Jersey, just trying to move quick. And just, I was young. I was just trying to hitchhike it in a sense, bounce from one city to the next.
Okay.
And I see these two Spanish guys, so I speak Spanish. So I ask them, hey, do you have a cigarette I can buy or take me to a store, more or less? The train conductor goes, you can't go with them. I go, why not? And he explained where they were, the neighborhood they were about to go through, and whatever. It's Jersey.
Yeah.
It's a city. So I was like, all right, cool. And they told me at that point, they're like, no, man, you can't walk. We'll bring your cigarettes back, and then you can pay us then,
Okay.
But dude, I think that would have been my foolishest night ever anywhere, because I was so game to walk. I didn't care. I needed to go to a store. I was in a hurry to go somewhere. I had like 10 minutes to hit the train to a metro rail to, I forget where, and then to catch a bus to Philly.
Oh,
And I was on a timeline. I did a little bit of traveling for tattooing, and I did a lot of it for fun, like on timelines and like bare bones in it, just for the hell of it. But
cool. Generally, I never liked to
was
hitchhike,
interesting.
but I did it in England. Had a lot of fun doing that.
Never hitchhiked. Now I have a friend that lives up the road that throws a fit because I didn't backpack Europe with her. Instead, I tattooed and trained and bussed the East Coast repeatedly.
Yeah.
Well, Griffin, your little guy is still awake?
I know
Yeah,
Greyhound better than
mostly.
Greyhound does.
My housemate and I went down to New York City on a Greyhound the week they went on strike. So we ended up with scab drivers. And leaving the Buffalo bus station, there were picket lines with the Greyhound workers, and they threw vials of oil on the front window of the bus and twisted the side view mirrors. And the driver went like half a mile away, pulled over, reached underneath the chair and pulled out some Windex and stuff to clean it. And he went, "Yeah, this happens every time we drive out." We spent a week in New York City, and on the way back, we're at the bus station, and we go up to where the bus is, and there's the same scab driver going to take us back for the overnight, the red eye back to Buffalo. So we sat behind him and we talked to him and kept him up.
I was told I had a 27-hour ride one day on a bus to get back to New York from South Florida for a child custody case that nobody bothered to tell me about.
Oh, sheesh.
And I had to be there. I made it in 19 hours. This old dude on Greyhound sat there. I sat on the front of the bus talking to this old driver. And he's like, "You're smart. You've been doing this." I was like, "Dude, I've been doing this for like 13 years on the regular. Just like foolish, aimless, chasing tattoo money. Chasing an easy life, I guess." But
oh, and that trip back up.
It's funny, though.
That trip back up to Buffalo, we got pulled over for the bus got pulled over by the state police on the New York State Thruway for speeding. We're like, "Why is he pulling you over?" And the driver looked and said, "Oh, probably because I'm doing 85 in a 55 zone."
So we got pulled over one time, and they pulled everybody off the bus and ran the bus with dogs and took someone to jail.
Oh,
that was
sheesh.
interesting. We won't even get into all of that story, but you gotta know some guy that was pooping over a slap on the wrist versus something that was green.
When you go over the Canadian border here in Buffalo, they take everybody off the bus to go through the inspection, and they put a dog through the bus.
North Orlando does that too. And then they tell you don't leave the
I
bus
go
station,
to
you'll get robbed.
I've been to Rockport International Raceway here, Canisteo. My ex's family were race car drivers.
I know a race car driver or two. Not big ones, but Patty, I don't tattoo anymore. It's not worth my time. And I don't like anybody enough to give them another free tattoo.
You need to just open up or join a shop.
I worked in a shop once. Highway robbery.
Is it?
It's not. It's good for somebody. It's just not for me. The stress level's too much for me to tattoo anymore. I don't ever want to screw somebody up permanently.
I don't have one.
I mean, I never have, but I mean, it's so easy to make a simple mistake and screw somebody up forever.
Yeah.
Lose a friend because they jump.
Ow.
I also had somebody rob all my artwork, so kind
Oh man.
of lost all interest in it at that point.
Oh, that sucks.
It's like having a whole aquarium gallery, and all of a sudden a hurricane hits and it kills everything. You don't have nothing left. Whatever, I mean, more dedicated to me if you get back into it. But never made a dollar. Really, truly haven't. I don't think off tattooing.
When you were doing it, were you creating your own artwork or reproducing things that people were bringing to you? Or both?
Never. Don't reproduce. Always my own. Never replicated. Refuse to. That's fraud. That's fraud that isn't protected by a copyright. So that's
Have
like
you
the
ever
guy made
thought about maybe tattooing leather and selling it as artwork?
I've thought about like engraving leather or tooling it, but
Yeah.
I don't have the patience.
I've considered getting a small tattoo with the Buffalo Bandit symbol, but no, I'm too scared to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I want. I just haven't gone and got it done.
I was just looking. I have a folder somewhere with some stupid things that I've done in the last couple of years, but it's nothing. I had state awards and everything, but somebody stole them, and
Wow.
I was already
I
saying
get
this
stealing a
earlier.
lot of things. But what does somebody else's artwork do to anybody else? What'd you see, Griff?
455s and 275s and two oddball sizes for $300.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
The
want a
goldfish
yellow
is
rose.
fine. If I turn the
I
light
want
off, he calms down.
I want to
He's
get a
happy.
yellow rose surrounded by purple forget-me-nots with a ribbon that says "Forget Them Not."
Ah.
But Patty, if you're for real though, you might be right. It's water change day.
Oh, Larry, you want to see the truck I'm probably
2:30 in the
hopefully to
morning.
get?
The what?
The truck I'm looking to get?
Yeah.
Let me try.
No, it could also be that he just removed all of his tank mates and put them out in the pond also.
And then he just watched 15 more new tank mates
You
disappear.
see it, Larry?
Yeah, I see it.
2009. Dodge 1500.
Light. Putting too much light on it.
Engine's in good condition?
Yeah.
Yeah, my check engine light just went on the other day. I threw on my OBD meter, and it's saying it's a catalyst.
Yeah.
I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I pulled out of the dealership. He looked at me. He said, light it up. And I had white smoke rolling out the back tires going up the main strip.
Well,
he said, well, it has some horsepower. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, but
Yeah, Bottom Dwellers has already said he's planning on having a bigger tank for that catfish.
It's gonna need it
that catfish. Yeah, that catfish is. I was just looking at her tonight. I was like, you got to get that. You got to get that 120 in like a week or two, or a month. I gotta find it. I'm not buying it until I need it. If I can't buy it at a deal, but she's getting something bigger soon.
A whole lot bigger.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna keep stepping her up, so that way I got an excuse to keep buying bigger tanks.
You're going to eventually get yourself a pond.
I got the pond, Griff. I just don't want to put her in it. She's too hand friendly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put her in a pool eventually. She'll be in like an intact rectangular pool to finish.
Yeah,
with.
like big.
Unless I build something. The plan is to build something, but right now lumber prices are too ridiculous, and this was the time I was gonna build it.
Betty's saying that she actually meant that the goldfish needs his own tank because he's too stressed out.
The goldfish has his own pond that he gets to share with a couple other fish. That's at least 500 gallons. Minimum.
Well,
at least. He's fine. He's just friendly. I don't know, it makes me sound uncaring. But I feel like it's just the light.
No. Not unfriendly at all.
Baby, I sent you a message.
And he's been eating Hikari pellets for like 2 weeks, and that's all he wants to touch. So he's probably jacked up on protein. He's going through roid rage right now. Poor little fish.
Griffin Travis wants to know if it's gas or diesel, that truck.
Gas. Oh, I found a pretty good diesel, but yeah, my girlfriend says she'll take it if I got it.
Yeah, how much does a catalytic converter cost?
Depends on the vehicle.
Yeah, my housemate just said the parts are cheap. It's the labor that'll kill you. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta talk to my landlord. He's a mechanic.
And since he wants rent money, he doesn't overcharge you.
Well, no, unfortunately, fortunately, the shop, the little mom and pop shop, they only get high-end parts with full warranty, and they charge regular comparable labor charges comparable to everywhere else in the area, but because they use the higher-end product, they're a little more expensive. But they also guarantee their work, which some places might not do. And some place like a Pep Boys or something is going to use the cheapest parts. I'd rather spend a little extra money and get it done by someone that I know isn't going to go, oh, while we were working on that, we noticed this problem that you should
That's
get.
what I meant. They're not going to push extra things and say, oh, this is wrong, that's wrong.
Right. This place doesn't do that. Because they got a
Oh,
big
looks like we
reputation.
lost Kevin.
Yeah.
So really quick to S, like yeah, the 8x6. I think it's actually 8x5 or 8x7, but yeah, that's the plan. But if I build what I want to build, if lumber goes back right, it'll be 4x8 and
All
like
right,
3 feet.
Kevin.
Wow.
And then we'll buy
He's on the
big
bed.
glass.
No, not you. Us. Where's that tuck at?
We'll weld for fish tank.
We'll weld for fish tank. Yo, that's the deal. I will too, if it's a big enough fish tank. That's a heck of a deal. How far away is this weld for fish tank? I got something I want welded that I don't want to do, and I got a fish tank.
Oh, I didn't even realize we lost Kevin. Oh. Goodness
Yeah, he didn't
gracious.
say anything.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
He might have a system problem again. He's had that occasionally.
We'll see. Not going to be going for too much longer anyway. It's been a really long day.
Yeah. It has. So did anybody do barbecues today?
No,
Picnics?
I took my grandma and her friend and Michael to a Red Lobster.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Red Lobster. I'd rather do a sushi place.
Yeah, but I done it just be nice.
Yeah, but Jen is allergic to the shellfish and doesn't like regular fish, so.
Yep, for me, fish are strictly friends. Night, Ames.
I thought I was going to have New York strip and shrimp, but it turned out I just had hot dogs and corn and beans.
We just had sandwiches.
Like,
I love the cheddar bay biscuits, though.
I walked inside and I heard I got you presents. I go, yeah? Well, what are they? And I thought maybe my light finally showed up. And she goes, I got you a 6-pack of beer. I was like, oh yeah, what do you need done?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's how it went. And then like 2 hours later, after I opened the first one, they go, how many is that? And I poured it all out.
The screen up.
It was like a quarter. Thanks for like getting me to work for free.
Yeah, that's the truck I really wanted.
That's what you need, though.
Yeah.
I can see you in that, girl.
But I can't afford that truck. They want $65,000 for it.
Oh my
Lord!
You need to find an old F-250 with the 6.3 Allison Chambers turbo diesel in it. It's the 1,000,000-mile motor.
Yeah.
And
You need to find power. You need to find a sugar mama that'll buy it for you.
Yeah, I know, right? I kind of like how
yeah, we all need to find that.
Where is it? There it goes.
Yo, let me see those rims again real quick. I think those are what's on my dad's truck.
I kind of like how that tailgate does that.
Yeah, that's cool.
You see the handle too. That's my. Yep. We got that in the big company truck.
Where they are. There they
Where are
are.
the rims?
Oh yeah.
They're almost the same, but they're not the same. But those are still look nice looking.
I did oil.
Nah, I don't need one of those cars there, Slurper.
Yeah, the car.
Versa. Griffin, you need one of those little smart cars.
Yeah, but I got 3 kids now, pretty much.
Okay, so you weren't that smart.
I'm picturing Griffin as one of those hamsters.
Oh, from the TV commercials?
Yes.
Yeah. The rock and the rap hamsters.
Okay, son.
Come here. What?
Man, I just paid $14 to fill up the spider. Yeah.
Exactly. Huh?
Yeah,
DRB.
but I fill up my truck for $60 to $80 and enjoy it, taking it off real. Then I would paying $18 and not be able to enjoy it.
When I go from Watertown, New York, being the major city, to Watkins Glen, and I put $15 in the tank, and then say, "Hey, do you need some of this before?" Because I don't want to go back in there. I'll be so happy. We still haven't broached this topic yet on whether or not I get to drive the new bike down, but it's gonna happen, I think.
Yeah.
We are gonna need it if we're there for the whole weekend,
Yeah.
and somebody's got to tow the camper.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Yeah, we got a little trailer for the spider. We took it when we went down to New York City. But that's about it. Haven't used it for anything else.
That's the golden part. Is there's 2 bikes, so you can't just take one of them on the trailer behind the camper.
Oh. A little Miata. That's cute.
Yeah, but if I drove a Miata, I'll be flipping that thing. I'll be drifting that thing. I'll be having fun. There goes Thomas. Uh-oh. Tree.
Tree. Ah!
That's for real though. Cambered Miata slides into its spot. Griff steps out.
Yeah. Kevin's back. Welcome back.
Hey,
Oh, hi, Kev.
We missed you. Where'd you run to?
oh, I just was technical difficulties.
I got a small car payday. I hate it.
We're going to wrap it up in about 15 minutes here.
Woohoo! Yeah, you need a compact car if you're in New York City.
Nice and cozy? No, he'd probably be cramped. The arms aren't comfortable for turning in those little cars.
Well, yeah, if I had my compact car then I won't be able to drag race.
You need one of those little compact pickup trucks, a little Toyota.
I got one of those compact pickup trucks.
Oh, then what do you need one of those big ones for? You're fine.
I got all my
Because he wants to run over those other
my truck and trailer. plus miles a gallon. Now my race truck gets about 8 miles a gallon, with about $10 to $12 a gallon of gas for it. So I enjoy that.
Yeah, the Spider gets 30 miles per hour. It used to get more.
I kind of enjoy that 8 seconds going down the quarter.
But I want to know who's going to go next. Griffin?
Yeah, Patty, who you
Travis.
beating up?
Well, don't look at me. I'm going to sleep when this food, when the stream
I thought
ends.
S was going next. Thought it was his turn.
Yeah, we've been waiting for that for a while.
For real, like S, you are up to bat, bud.
Or Travis can have his third stream.
Not really, Travis. She freaks out.
Ooh.
As has
How far can you get on a with that hybrid before you gotta recharge?
Yeah, so does my mom. She has a hybrid.
What's the electric bills like?
I don't know. Those kind of cars still freak me out when I'm sitting next to them and I hear them make that starting noise when it's time to go. It's like I always look to see if somebody's car didn't start and they stalled out.
I'll tell you one thing: being on the fire department when those things came out a little bit after. Tell one thing: I hate working a crash with those things in there because that sucks. 'Cause I had a whole car blow up in my face, and it was hybrid.
Yeah,
That's not no fun.
We have
S, what if you drive like me and you don't use your brakes? We were given trees for a reason, buddy.
That would be a problem, yeah.
We'd be dead like a mile up the road. Electric is all grip, so slip.
Nice. Yeah, right now I'm getting, as they say, 30 on my bike, but it's only a 6-gallon tank, so it's not going to be. I don't get a lot of mileage on it.
But it is a lot of fun.
I love being on that thing. Even just the simple ride, the 10-minute ride from work to home, going up Main Street in Buffalo is just so neat. And I love the looks that I get waiting at a red light and a car pulls up beside me and he's like, wow, what the hell is that thing? Just checking it out. Yeah, McDonald's drive-through the other day. I get up to the window. I'm paying for my burgers, and the guy's like, "What the hell is that?" And like 3 other workers all come to the window to look at it.
Yeah, the other day when we were at Ted's and you left, and it took me a few extra minutes to get to the house, it was because the guy that was standing there playing with his kid, as soon as you walked away, he talked to his kid and said, well, tell her how much you like the bike. Tell her how much you like the flag. And then he started asking all sorts of questions about it, and yeah, people really love to see him.
Hey, if you remember the week before we took our training class, we were coming out of the sushi place and saw somebody with an F3. And before she got on the bike, I'm like, excuse me, I'm getting one of these. And started asking all these questions at like 11 o'clock at night in a darkened parking lot.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I don't mind people asking me questions. It's like, and other people don't seem to mind.
Well, bikers in general don't mind when anybody asks about their bikes.
True. I got passed by a Riker today when I left your house and I went over to work on the 190. I'm doing 65 and a guy passes me on a Riker doing around 90. How do I know he's doing 90? Because I tried to catch up to him. And when I hit 85 and he was pulling ahead, I went, okay, I'm going a little too fast for this.
Yeah.
Brought it back down.
Beautiful wants to know, did you take the MSF course or a different one?
The MSF, I believe the motorcycle safety. It was sponsored. It was at a local motorcycle driving school.
But it was a little
but
bit
it's through,
different because it was for the Can-Am Spider.
and it was through the Can-Am website. And it was
But
specifically for
the Can-Am certification.
Yeah. Which is different than motorcycle or trike.
Yeah, they're considered to be three-wheeled, not trikes.
Yeah, we took the class 3 days later. Took it on a Friday. 3 days later, we were at the DMV, getting the thing added to the endorsement added to our license. They could go a couple of $100 if unless there's like a sale or something of some type. Going through the Can-Am website, it was $100 each. Yeah, sometimes they'll do deals for 50 or 75.
That's still not too bad.
Nah.
And this one for the three-wheel was cool because right after was a 2 days of class. At the end of the class, they put you through the driver's test and give you a certification to bring to the DMV. So it was included.
Again, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Even $50 is good, but even 100 that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Regular motorcycle safety can be up to like $300 a person.
And you use their vehicles to take your test and do the actual training.
I didn't get that because I had to bring my own bike for my motorcycle test in Florida. And how was I supposed to bring my own bike if I can't ride my bike?
Oh. Yeah, somebody has to bring you there.
You had the ability of riding your own, but they also had other bikes available for people who didn't have theirs yet.
Yeah, but BDA is right. That just seems stupid.
It's the same thing with your driver's test. I mean, you can do it with your own personal vehicle, or you can do it with if you go to some agency that has a learning car. But I just didn't like it because I was just really big on nobody rides mine. I ride my own. I don't want to ride yours.
Yeah, the one thing I've heard people say, don't be the driver to go to your driver's test. if they see that you're the one driving as you pull up, they'll fail you immediately. Have the friend who's supplying the vehicle be the one to drive you there.
The difference in that is if you're using a driving school vehicle,
Oh yeah.
it's when you're using a personal vehicle and you show up as the driver.
Yeah, I'm talking personal. Frick.
Oh no, this guy
I
doesn't
never
drive.
had that problem. I never failed one of my tests, so.
Or wait a minute, maybe I still do drive. I don't know.
We don't want to talk about our tests.
Yes, I got a
never
perfect score.
Yeah,
I
20,
never took a road test or a written test.
20-point
was
system
so
on the
awesome.
motorcycle test. I got a 19. Jen got a 20. She beat me.
Ooh.
How dare she? I think she did it on purpose.
Oh, of course.
Why you should have paid attention more.
I brushed
Man,
a cone.
I practiced for days to make sure that I could figure eight. Because I knew I could figure eight, but I just didn't want to figure eight too tight and look like a fool really quick because I was used to a dirt bike and I was on a big inline four.
Oh, wow.
I got like my buddy when we took our driver's test for a driver's license. He could not pass it in a small compact car.
Yeah, we know we're not allowed to lane split us.
It's too wide to lane split. It's 5 feet wide. You can't lane split with a spider.
I done that course in the F-350 crew cab with an 8-foot bed durley, and I passed it.
Hey, as long as you can prove that you know how to drive the vehicle and you do it with.
He hit 3 cones in the compact car that he drove regularly. And I bought this truck for my neighbor, my old boss, says to take a course in because my truck had broke down. And this was my first time driving this truck. So, yeah, that's bad.
My father broke his arm the day before he was taking the driver's test, and he failed because of the cast. He had to wait a month and then take it again.
Dang.
And of course, that was in the 50s when everything was manual transmission, so he couldn't shift very well. With the cast on.
I used to drive a manual, talk on the phone, spit at the same time, and shift.
No, the last manual car that I had, the emergency brake went out and it rolled out into the street, and I would just happen to be looking out when it happened, and it's like, oh my God, my car's running away.
Should have left it in gear. It would have deterred a thief quicker too.
I got my car hit by a parked car. I was at work, and somebody comes in and says, "Oh, some car lost its brakes and rolled into another car." And I was the front desk receptionist, so I had to go out and take a look at what car got hit so I can inform the employee. And I go and take a look outside, and it's my car that got hit. The person forgot to put his manual car into gear and forgot to hit the parking brake. And then got out and went into their apartment building, which was next to my company's place. And it just rolled like 15 feet and crunched my side door.
Dang.
My car got hit by another parked car.
I remember that time I got fired from my one job. I took the the main manager really made me mad. So I took the forklift out there, lifted up his car, and put it in the scrap container.
Oh, sheesh.
Yeah, I got fired over that one.
Yeah.
So I threw my forklift keys at him, everything else. I said, "See ya." I didn't
You
like
ever
the
get
job
a
anyways.
you ever get a batch of friends together and lift up a small car and turn it sideways in the parking spot so they're able to get out?
Yeah,
A buddy used to drive an old Subaru. Those little tiny deal. We used to pick it up and turn it around on him.
Yeah, we did that in the parking lot once. Had like
I
6
had
guys into that.
one morning when my neighbor came knocking on my door and tells me, your car is in the neighbor's front yard. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell are you talking about? I parked it on the street. It is not. Sure enough, I look out and my car is on the neighbor's front lawn. And it just so happened that the neighbor whose front lawn it was a cop.
Uh-oh.
In the middle of the night, a drunk driver had come down the street and hit my car and bumped it up over the curb into his front lawn.
Oh my goodness.
dang.
And I said to him, well, what were you doing? Why didn't you catch him? And he says, well, I was doing the same thing you were, sleeping. But they did actually catch the person, and
Oh wow.
we got the insurance information and everything. The car was a complete and total write-off. They cracked the steering column.
Oh man.
But
Well,
it's time
no
for
one's
us
ever
to
hit my
leave for the
vehicle.
evening. It's been a long day. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Thank you, everybody who came up on stream. Thank you, everybody who was in chat.
Don't forget to
All
hit
the
that like button
lurkers.
if you
Yeah,
haven't
sure.
already.
Lurkers, mods, thank you
Thank
all.
you.
Angus,
Have a great
Griffin,
day,
thanks for coming
everybody.
up.
Thank you guys
Thanks
for
for
letting me
letting me
up.
come up.
Thanks, you guys.
Well, we were worried about it, but hey, we figured you're fairly safe with the kids running around.
Well, I thank you guys for the stream. See y'all later.
See you
Thank
later,
you.
dude.
Bye.
Good night,
Good
everyone.
night, kids.